Hello, Sophie. How
Hello.
are you?
Very
Okay, first
good.
of
How
all,
are
right
you?
off the back, right off the back. Look at you, looking so beautiful. Doesn't look like it's quarantine. Doesn't it? Looks like you are salon ready.
Not at all. I'm getting
No,
used to
genuinely.
some days are good hair days, some days are bad hair days. It doesn't matter. In the
Today's
scheme of things, it
definitely a
doesn't
good hair
matter.
day.
Then
See,
I'll make the
of
most of
course,
it.
nobody can match up to the level of beauty that has suddenly appeared on the screen. But I just changed my shirt because I was like, I'm going to talk to Sophie, so I better change my shirt.
You
So,
look
what is
very
up? How are
smart.
you? Thank you so much. How are you? I
मैं
asked this to
बिल्कुल
all of the
ठीक हूँ.
guests.
हाँ मैं
Um,
बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ.
hmm,
मैं एक्चुअली हमारे लिए शायद ये लॉकडाउन डे नंबर 4 है.
जी.
जनता कर्फ्यू के बाद, लेकिन मेरे लिए ये शायद लॉकडाउन दिन कितना हो गया, 19 हो गया होगा शायद मेरे लिए, क्योंकि आई
Really?
वाज अब्रॉड. बिल्कुल, मैं लंदन गई थी और मैं फ्रांस भी गई थी एक दिन के लिए. सो यू कैन
All right.
इमेजिन, जब मैं वापस आई तब कोई रिस्ट्रिक्शंस नहीं थी. हमें बस बताया गया था कि ज्यादा ट्रैवल मत करें, ज्यादा बाहर मत जाएं. बट आई गॉट वेरी स्ट्रेस्ड एंड आई डिसाइडेड दैट आई नीडेड टू बी होम. सो आई काइंड ऑफ सेल्फ क्वारंटीन माई सेल्फ. तो अब मुझे ये थोड़ा आदत हो गया है इस क्वारंटीन
But
का.
Sophie, that's a very responsible thing to do because even when the time you came back, I'm sure there were not a lot of restrictions like they are now. Flights have been cancelled, everything has been suspended.
कुछ
We're
नहीं
told
हुआ
to
हुआ
stay
था.
at home.
जब
उस
मैं
टाइम पर कुछ
वापस आई
नहीं
तो
हुआ था.
कुछ भी नहीं था. नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं हुआ था. सिर्फ ये बताया गया था मेरे आने के 2 दिन बाद कि जो वीजाज हैं वो कैंसिल किए जाएंगे और लोगों को अब अंदर नहीं आने देंगे. इतना कुछ मुल्कों पे रिस्ट्रिक्शंस थी, सारों पे नहीं. तो इतना कुछ नहीं हुआ था. ये अचानक मुझे लगता है एक हफ्ते में it just
It's blown
became
up.
huge. Yeah, which is
Yeah.
what's happening the world over. When I was going to London, which was probably on the 2nd of March, मैंने मास्क पहना हुआ था, मैंने अपना सैनिटाइजर रखा हुआ था, और कुछ लोगों को लग रहा था कि शायद मैं थोड़ा ओवर रिएक्ट कर रही हूँ, लेकिन मुझे लगा it's better to be safe than sorry. And
Absolutely.
I had to
Absolutely.
go, so I tried to be careful, but thankfully मेरे 14 दिन से तो ज्यादा हो गए हैं और फिलहाल तो ठीक ही हूँ.
You
Um,
feel sane and sorted right now, Filhal.
फिलहाल फिलहाल इट्स सो क्रेजी, क्योंकि ऐसे लगता है कि हम कॉन्स्टेंटली ऑन एज हैं, राइट, 24/7.
Yeah,
कि हम अपने
absolutely.
घर में भी हैं तो हमें लगता है कि हमने किसी हैंडल को हाथ लगा दिया तो जल्दी से हाथ धो लो.
We
या
get
हम सब.
paranoid, na, कि we
या
constantly washing our hands. Yeah.
एग्जैक्टली, सो कॉन्स्टेंटली वॉशिंग हैंड्स, यूजिंग सैनिटाइजर. तो ऐसे लगता है कि कहीं एक सेकंड के लिए लैप्स ना हो जाए और ये किसी तरह से हो ना जाए. सो देयर सो मच ऑफ दैट गोइंग ऑन. सो आई जस्ट वांट टू ट्राई एंड नॉट बी पैरानॉइड एंड नॉट बी एंग्शियस एंड नॉट गेट स्ट्रेस्ड.
I'm so happy to hear that. But Sophie, I want to know, if all of you guys watching this, I want to tell you that Sophie does this quarantine with Sophie where she asks her friend, where she FaceTimes her friends, and that video she puts up on her social media, which I think, Sophie, why I'd like to say this right now, why it is so important is because हम लोग अपने घर पर बैठकर सोशल मीडिया पर, इंस्टाग्राम पर, हर जगह पढ़ रहे हैं, कितनी सारी खबर हमें मिल रही है, some of which is authentic, some of which is just rumors. So there's miscommunication. Also, we sitting at our homes and just taking care of ourselves is doing the right thing. It's the responsible thing to do. But you people who have influence, people who have followers like you, like your friends, I think that is a very, very, that's something that we should all appreciate because आप लोग जब बात करते हैं, so people who look up to you, people who follow you, Sophie, girls and boys who look up to you, and similarly all of those friends who you are talking to, उसकी वजह से a lot of the mindsets have been changed.
या
That it's important to talk about this. It's important to take this situation seriously. Can you
या
just tell us why do you think quarantine with Sophie, these video sessions are so important?
So instead of calling it quarantine with Sophie, I called it quarantine with Sophie.
Oh, okay,
Because
okay.
yeah,
My
yeah.
bad.
So that's
Quarantine
right.
with Sophie.
Quarantine. Yeah, it's okay. We're all using the word
Amazing.
quarantine so much, but I said quarantine because I wanted to put out some positive messaging. मुझे लगता है कि इस सिचुएशन में बहुत ज्यादा इजी है नेगेटिव हेडस्पेस में आना.
Yeah.
एक तो बहुत हम बहुत मुश्किल से दूसरों की बातें सुनते हैं. एक तो हमें लगता है कि हमारे पास ये नहीं होने वाला, कोरोना हमें अफेक्ट नहीं करेगा, और फिर लास्ट मिनट जब होता है हमें फिर भी लगता है नहीं यार, मुझे तो नहीं होगा. That's a huge attitude that we have to change, which is exactly why we're in a lockdown. और फिर भी I don't know अगर पूरी तरह से lockdown properly हुआ है.
Yeah.
So I know it's really easy when there's so much information out there, इतनी खबरें आ रही हैं, to get into that negative, paranoid headspace. तो मैं बस
Yeah.
यही चाहती थी कि वैसे भी मैं अपने फ्रेंड्स को मिस कर रही हूँ, जैसे कि सब कर रहे होंगे. And I think
Yeah.
this is a really good time to stay connected with people. So I just came up with an idea called Quarantine with Sophie, where I call up a friend और हम बस बात करते हैं about कि क्या हो रहा है, how you
Just
coping,
chill.
क्या कर रहे हो. It's just a chill conversation that I let
Yeah.
people into. So like my first one yesterday was with Shruti Hassan, and it's really funny because Shruti और मैं दोनों लंदन जा रहे थे साथ, एक सेम फ्लाइट पे, और हम दोनों ने मास्क पहने हुए थे. और कुछ लोग हमें देख रहे थे कि हम थोड़े ज्यादा हो रहे हैं, और श्रुति भी कह रही थी हम थोड़ा ज्यादा तो नहीं कर रहे, लेकिन नहीं, हमें करना चाहिए. And
करना
then we both
चाहिए.
came back around the same time. So she's also been in quarantine, as have I. And it's a really fun conversation. Everything from the fact that it feels like she's home alone. So she's like, a human has not touched me, like not even
Oh
hugged me
God.
in so many
Yeah.
days. और कहती कि
Yeah.
I'm not like a really touchy person, लेकिन अब थोड़ा,
You
you know,
need
my,
human interaction at the end of
yeah,
the day.
yeah, वो कह
Yeah.
रही कि अब तो मेरी बिल्ली भी मुझसे तंग आ गई है, because I'm always grabbing my cat, you know. So like, she, you know, we've spoken about stuff like that. Of course, we've spoken about the fact that she's a really good cook and she's putting up really interesting recipes. लेकिन अब हालत ये हो गई है कि we can't think about things like almond
Yeah.
flour and coconut flour. तो भैया हमें bread
I
or
get
jam दे दो. You know, it's become things like that, you know. So it's
it.
just realities that we're all gonna face, and it's a life adjustment for us all. So yeah, so I've spoken to Rakul, and she speaks about like her fitness routine and how she's stuck at home with her brother, जो उनसे 2 दिन के लिए मिलने आए थे, सिर्फ 2
And
कपड़े
now he's
जोड़े,
stuck.
लेकिन now he's stuck. You know, and बहुत सारे लोगों के लिए ऐसे हो रहा है कि पता नहीं कितने सालों के बाद वो एक घर में इकट्ठे हुए हैं, और वो एक
Yeah.
दूसरे के साथ वक्त गुजार रहे हैं. And it's a good thing or a bad thing, we'll find out by the end of the lockdown.
I swear. But I feel like Toby, like you were mentioning, this time when we are inside our homes, it has really made us all, unknowingly also reflect upon a lot of things in life, especially in my case, in my family's case. Like we are having dinner table conversations that earlier we used to just like avoid. Not that because we have to see each other's face all the time. It's like, okay, let's sit and then we run from one conversation to the other, because how much can you watch TV and how much can you be on your phone,
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
how much like you can sleep for a while, but then at the end of the day you want to also just let out, also consume in something. I want to ask you, are you staying alone? If not, who is staying with you, and what are the dynamics right now? Ghar pe, do you have a pet? What is it?
Okay, so I live with my mom,
All
who's
right.
also, she's also my momager, my
By the
momager.
way, I have seen a lot of your interviews. You might call me a stalker a little bit. I know you are obsessed with interiors. I also know that you're obsessed with Buddhism,
Yeah.
which by the way explains your backdrop. I've seen this YouTube video where you gave a little bit of a house tour. I'm
Yeah.
sure that now it's a lot of renovations that have happened. I'm sure jab se wo bana hoga, but I can see that I'm already like we need another house tour maybe sometime soon. But yeah, please continue.
Maybe. Huh? So
Yeah.
I came back from London and I was with my mom. And, you know, on the first day, like, I wasn't so conscious. Obviously, I came back and hugged mom and everything. And I met a couple of friends. By day 2, though, I was like, okay, hang on a minute. This is some 14-day period where kuch bhi ho sakta hai. I don't know. I've traveled. I need to be responsible. So I don't think I've hugged my mom since then, you know, like I've not lied down with her or anything, but we talk a lot anyway. We're very close. She's my momager anyway. तो हम साथ में काम भी करते हैं.
Yeah.
और हमारा definitely एक ritual है घर में हमेशा से कि you know, at least lunch and dinner तो बैठ के साथ में ही करेंगे हमेशा.
साथ में.
तो हमारी वो
Yeah.
बातें चलती रहती. Yeah, there's a lot of space in the house as well. She gives me a lot of space, which I'm really grateful for. लेकिन of course बातें भी हो रही हैं, and I guess you just have to manage that. मेरा बहुत सारा वक्त जा रहा है in my little pet Tia, my little puppy. वो तो बहुत ज्यादा खुश है because otherwise she's forever
Because
saying
she gets to spend
suitcases.
time with you. Otherwise, you're
Yeah.
always busy and on the go.
So usually she's jumping into my suitcase, you know, because वो suitcase देखती है उसको पता है कि मैं जा रही हूँ कहीं, and then that face comes and it's heartbreaking because she's literally like my baby. But
Yeah.
फिलहाल तो life is chill क्योंकि हम, you know, हम साथ में हैं the whole time. I'm feeding her. I still go for walks, mask पहन के, gloves पहन के. I do all of that. So yeah, I'm spending a lot of time with her, which has been really good. And actually, you know, contrary to my image, हाँ मैं बहुत travel करती हूँ काम के लिए, but I know the image is, you know, like party girl and because people see me out and about. I'm actually a real homebody.
A
I love
homebody.
I'm
I
a
swear,
full
high
homebody.
five on that. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
cool,
love
like,
being home.
yeah,
I
same,
love
same.
being home. तो मुझे कुछ इतना like I don't know, but मुझे ऐसे लग रहा है कि मैं बहुत busy हो गई हूँ. मैं घर पे बहुत मेरा I haven't watched a movie or a digital show in like 3 days, and I don't know where these 3 days have gone, but मैं
Because you're
काफी busy हूँ.
occupied just in home.
In home, huh? So like, you know, of course I'm still doing my fitness videos, which some people have issues with, but I'm doing my fitness videos.
Just don't let them have issues. You should just do
I have
your
no
thing.
problem with it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, I'd rather spread fitness and positivity than anything else. So that's a
Hmm.
good thing. So yeah, so I'm still doing my fitness. I do my workout. My trainer Yasmin Karachi wala जो दीपिका कटरीना हम सबको ट्रेन करती है, वो वीडियोस डाल रही है तो हम सब घर पे बैठ के वो फॉलो कर रहे हैं, तो हमारा वो होता है.
You're getting online training now.
Online training. So sometimes she goes Insta live, sometimes it's Zoom conferencing. Then I'm helping doing the bed, little bit here and there, you know, helping in the house. It's not even 10% of what my mom is doing for sure. वो तो guaranteed है.
Moms
I've
are
not,
just another level, yeah.
yeah, they're another level. And I have not yet been let into the kitchen, but this weekend I am going into the kitchen. So
Which
ये
is
सब भी
amazing.
होने
Which,
वाला है.
which we are so looking forward to on Instagram stories that maybe something is gonna cook up and show on an Instagram story. Let's be glued to that.
पता नहीं, but I'm definitely not going to be putting any videos of me doing any jhadu katka and all of the rest, because I just want to tell you, I mean, I am born and brought up in London. Yeah, I mean, I was really lucky. We had a housekeeper even when I was a kid, but I've lived and studied in different countries. I
Absolutely.
have made my bed. I have cleaned my house. I do know how
So
to
there's
do
no
all of
point
that.
proving in that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, washing every. मुझे लगता है कि हिंदुस्तान में लोगों को जो बर्तन धोना है उनको बहुत प्रॉब्लम लगता है. मैं इतने लोगों को जानती हूँ कि वो बर्तन सारी रात वहां छोड़ देते हैं, and I'm just like, dude, it's your plate. धो लो. कौन सा problem? Like, it's not a big problem.
It's not a big problem, but I also have to say, like, this is something very personal. Like my mom, now that I've shifted to Mumbai, she makes sure every night she will call me before I go to sleep that have you made sure that you've washed your dishes, because you don't want to
Yes,
wake up the next morning and see cockroaches or like ugly
exactly.
dishes. You want to wake up to a clean kitchen and a clean surface and
Yes.
utensils sparkling clean. Which I'm like, now that she has inculcated this habit, even if I don't want to, I have to wash this
You
because
have
it's
to.
become a problem now. Yeah.
But I find it really funny. Only in Mumbai or in India do people find bartan dhona such a huge issue. Like, I just don't understand the whole
You just don't get it.
media.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't get it. I just don't get it. So anyway, so वो सब तो चल रहा है. And then in the day, कोशिश कर रही हूँ to do some reading. Yeah, I'm obviously we're all spending a lot of time on our phone right now because we're using our phones not as a phone, but to update ourselves about the info. कि क्या हो रहा है
Yeah.
दुनिया में, क्या हो रहा है, कौन क्या कर रहा है. अच्छा, मेरे
Yeah.
जितने भी दोस्त हैं जो घर बैठे हैं, उतना इंस्टा लाइव तो किसी ने नहीं किया होगा जितना अब कर रहे हैं. सब लोग बैठ के
Everybody's like we are going live right now, but like people are just generally live, like, what is happening? I'm bored in the house. What is happening? So yeah,
it's like that. I'm bored in the house. I'm bored in the house.
It's like the TikTok song. I'm bored in the house and I'm in the house bored.
Yeah, it's exactly that. So that's what's happening with everybody. But before I know it, it's evening, and now I've got this quarantine to keep me busy, and I hope that people watch it.
Which is such a lovely idea, by the way, which is so amazing. Yeah.
Thank
But
you.
Sophie, I want to ask you, like, I get it, like, it's a health crisis पूरी country में. सभी लोग मतलब I'm sure a lot of people are concerned कि भाई उनको ये virus attack ना करे, उनकी family safe रहे. Most of the people have really have gotten used to the fact कि अब उनको घर पे रहना at least for the next 21 days. जितना announcement हुई है.
Minimum, yeah.
Minimum 21 days, which I'm sure is going to get extended. But in this dark hour, have you personally for you realized कि कुछ positive चीजें हैं staying at home? Like, I'm not saying about the situation, but personally for Sophie, staying at home and not being on the go, like not just traveling for work or also घर पे रहने के आपको क्या लगता है कि यार भाई मुझे पिछले इन 14 दिनों में, for us 6 days, for you 14 days, इन 14 दिनों में आपको लगा है कि यार I'm able to like introspect and in retrospect able to improve these aspects about my life or my personality? Do you feel like that? Has anything happened? ऐसा कुछ हुआ?
Actually, I generally am somebody who introspects a lot, and I'm actually, again, जैसे कि मैंने कहा, लोगों को लगता है कि Sophie's friendly with all of Bollywood, और हर पार्टी में पहुंची होती है, और ये सब मेरे बारे में मैं जानती हूँ लोग क्या सोचते हैं, and I have no issues with that.
The bubble pop.
Yeah, I have no issues with that. But actually, like I said, I am somebody who does spend a lot of time at home. I am somebody who's very introspective, genuinely. I'm a super educated girl. I think a lot. Sometimes I overthink. तो ऐसा कुछ बदलाव नहीं आया मेरी routine में. Like, this is just generally my life. But I think the biggest wake-up call for all of us is we take the smallest things for granted.
Yeah,
I mean, oh my God, opening the door and saying hi to someone. Oh my God, like forget gym तो पहुंचना दूर की बात है. बाहर सड़क पे कदम दूर की बात है, वो lift का button दबाना. Like, I mean, it's so crazy. We take the smallest things, just being able to order things online, being able to just call up a friend and say, चलो यार coffee पीने चलते हैं.
Exactly, just like that, just like that. Yeah.
Just like that. हम ये सब नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. These are small things. I mean, like, I might be joking like about my hair, but I don't think twice about going to the salon or doing any of this. I don't think about this kind of stuff. This is just, हाँ चलो बाहर चलते हैं, ये कर लेते हैं, वो कर लेते हैं, चलो ड्राइव के लिए चलते हैं, कुछ भी, like you just go.
We don't think about it. We just do it because we feel it's so normal. But now that we are inside home, we realize these things when you're devoid of it is how we take them for granted.
we take everything for granted. Eating in a restaurant, catching a flight, I mean, the biggest high for me is being on stage performing for people, and there's crowds there.
Yeah.
Mere March में 8 shows थे around the country.
All of them.
All cancelled, of course. मेरे 2 थाईलैंड में थे in February. Those were the first to get cancelled. लेकिन उस वक्त तब भी सबको लग रहा था कि हाँ ये फार ईस्ट में ही है, ये यहाँ पे तो नहीं होने वाला है. सबको वही attitude था. It's only when it became like, the beginning of March that my March gigs slowly started getting cancelled because people were starting to get worried about crowds. Like I was supposed to host the Hello Awards. That couldn't happen.
Oh yeah, I remember the Hello Awards getting, yeah.
Yeah, I was supposed to attend the Z Awards. मैं उसमें भी नहीं गई वो इसलिए क्योंकि मैं वापस आई थी and I
because you had traveled, yeah.
I didn't want to take that. I didn't want to be stupid. I met 1 or 2 friends. I felt bad about that, and going into a crowd was the most stupid thing anyone could do. So I didn't want to do that. So these are things that seem so normal to us. वो सब नहीं है. तो I hope कि इस सब के बाद, apart from introspecting कि आपकी life में क्या हो रहा है, सब लोग appreciate करें like a hug or a handshake. Like you can't take it for granted anymore. Like these are things that we always have, but I can't wait to go out and hug my friends and go out just for a coffee and all of these things which I'm missing. I'm missing for
and
sure.
don't have to think twice about it.
And I don't know how long that's going to last because just tarah se, like mentally we're also like aware of it right
Paranoid
now.
about the fact that you don't have to touch things.
Exactly.
It'll take a while for us to become normal now.
Exactly. Like will like human touch feel normal or will we think twice before we like just do that to somebody?
Okay, it's back to normal now. It's going to take some time.
Exactly. और हम तो फिर भी मुझे लगता है फिलहाल थोड़े खुशकिस्मत हैं. I hope थोड़ा control में आ जाए. But the UK was chilling. I mean, London was chilling. I mean, the Prime Minister has it, for God's sake. I mean, Prince Charles has it. It's insane. They were so chill
It's
when
insane.
I was there. Yeah, when I was there more than 2 weeks ago now, they were still very chill about it. And I don't know why. I have no idea why. But now, like my friends tell me, कि the roads are dead. And I have family living in America and the UK and other countries. So हमारा जो family chat है, we're all over the world. And it's a different situation in each country, right? And so it's a lot to deal with and take in. But everyone
and people have also realized the gravity of it now that there's been a lockdown of 21 days. And also like, because my sister is in university and, it's said that the first semester is being suspended. So you can almost gauge that it's not just these 21 days. It's going to be probably the next month as well.
Oh,
so that
where
thought
is she
and
studying?
so she's in Jalandhar. I'm in Punjab right now. I'm at my parents' house. So she just got a notification on her university, the app, and that said that the first semester is suspended. So you have to take online classes, which, when I see a university cancelling a semester means you can
That's
gauge
insane.
that it's going to take a while for things to get back to normal. Which,
So my brother
Sophie,
was telling me that my nephew's GCSEs are cancelled in the UK, which is 10th is cancelled, right? Those exams are completely cancelled. And so like that's huge, right? And so if 10th is cancelled, that means 12th is cancelled, and 12th is before you go into university in England. So I don't know what they're gonna think or what they're gonna plan or whatever.
What they're gonna do.
Yeah, I mean, हमारे लिए तो चलो मैं तो बैठी हूँ कि पता नहीं अच्छा my world is mostly based on shows and gigs, so that means crowds coming together. So live performances, अब पता नहीं crowds कब इकट्ठे होंगे. And even like my show Work It Up, where I'm interviewing celebs and we're going to a gym. Gyms कब खुलेंगे, हम ऐसी shoot कब कर पाएंगे. मेरे बाकी friends जो picture बना रहे हैं वो when are they going to be back on set? Most of us are workaholics, and it's that uncertainty which is driving us crazy of when we're going to be able to get back on, back to work and back on a set and back on the road. That's what's driving us crazy. But you're in Jalandhar. I've never been. I'm dying to come.
I think, Sophie, you should definitely visit Punjab. I think
my family is from there originally.
Oh, really? That is amazing. I've just moved to Mumbai last year in about October, and I was visiting my parents because it's both my parents' birthday fall in March. So on the 3rd of March, it was my mom's birthday, and I was like, I'll go for about 2 weeks, and I'll come back. In the middle of those 15 days, things got so blown up. They were like, just chill for a week more. Let's extend your trip for another week, and then maybe you can go back. And then that week happened, and then since it's a lockdown, and I'm like, I mean, it was good. Probably it was nice to cancel the flight and stay
Which,
at home rather than living alone in my Mumbai
yeah, that's what I was gonna
apartment.
say. Wait, are you
So
alone in Mumbai? That's the worst.
yeah, I'm alone in Mumbai. So my parents are so glad that you didn't go back because otherwise
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to travel back.
Yeah, exactly. So you would have just been stuck, and that's the worst. At least you're with family. I know, कभी-कभी बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है when you're not all
Yeah,
used to living together again. But
yeah.
I think इस situation में everybody finds their dynamics और सब लोग readjust करते
Like
हैं.
you said,
And
and I gave you a high five. I think I'm also a homebody. I love my
yeah,
parents' company. I think for the past 25 years, I've always stayed with my parents. So no issues with that. In fact, I was like, what if I was in Mumbai? But enough
yeah.
about me. I want to ask you, Sophie, without taking any names and without getting into the controversial part of it, I want to know, do you feel like a person in the public, जो इंसान
Hmm.
को लोग जानते हैं, जैसे कि
Hmm.
आप हैं, you know, गॉड फॉरबिड किसी पब्लिक पर्सनालिटी को ये वायरस इन्फेक्ट करता है या देर इज न्यूज और इवन र्यूमर्स फॉर दैट मैटर कि एक पब्लिक पर्सन को इस वायरस ने अफेक्ट किया है.
Hmm.
डू यू थिंक दैट पर्सन facing the online bullying the way they do, क्योंकि I'll tell you something, I feel like I would like to believe and give everyone the benefit of doubt that nobody wants to be sick of the virus. Nobody
Absolutely.
wants to die of the virus. ठीक है?
No.
So obviously, if somebody like अगर मेरे को कल को पेट दर्द होता है, तो I would like to go to the doctor. If I have any medical problem, I would like to approach a doctor proactively.
Hmm.
So if somebody is not, maybe let's cut them some slack by saying कि भाई हो सकता है कि that person did not really realize only and took normal symptoms as a normal flu that might go by. Again, I'm not supporting in any way irresponsible behavior by anyone, being in a public or whether you are an ordinary citizen. But do you
Hmm.
think कि क्योंकि हम ऑनलाइन वीडियोस इतनी देखते हैं, when we see people who are cracked, who are infected with coronavirus, are dealt with so aggressively, like police is being harsh
Yeah,
and
yeah.
उनको isolate कर दिया है, उनके घर को seal कर दिया, they're not allowed to meet family. That's also partly one of the reasons why some people also do not disclose it.
Hmm.
What is your take on it without taking names? कि भाई it's a lot to, like, sometimes we should all, I mean, this is like you said, core and shine.
Yeah.
It's something that gives you a light at the end of the day. कि भाई it's
Hmm.
chill, we are able to talk. What is your take on it?
Okay, so I think कि because इतनी knowledge नहीं थी शुरुआत में about the coronavirus और अभी भी बहुत सारे misconceptions हैं. A lot of people are treating it almost like it's the plague, right? And
Yeah.
people are getting ostracized. ये हो रहा है. And this is something which is unprecedented और ऐसे कभी हुआ नहीं है. हमारी lifetime में तो ऐसा हुआ नहीं है कि we get
Yeah.
ostracized. Because it is, honestly, it's the kind of thing that, somebody can be carrying for at least 14 days and can pass it out unknowingly. And I read a report that one
Yeah.
person via people can actually pass it on to more than 30,000 people.
Yeah,
One person
yeah.
can be responsible for 30,000 people getting it. So
Yeah.
the thing is, we all know that. Now, my thing is, whether you're a celebrity or you're not a celebrity, I think you need to use some common sense and I think you need to be responsible. Now, मैं ये नहीं कह
Yeah.
रही हूँ क्योंकि जब मैं भी वापस आई थी, मेरे कुछ दोस्तों ने लंदन से सामान मंगवाया था और मैं actually बिना सोचे मैंने कहा, actually I've come back from abroad, and they were like, no, that's cool. I was like, okay, चलो मिलते हैं, right, on the first day. But would I go to a public place? Definitely not.
No.
Would I go somewhere where it's crowded? Definitely not. Not because I'm worried about me being sick, but because I have
You
enough
wonder what other
knowledge.
people inflicted it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have that much information at my fingertips to know that this is what can happen. Chalo, I'm feeling absolutely fine, बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ, लेकिन कम से कम 14 दिन लगते हैं for this to show up. Realistically, it's the first week, which is the worst.
Yeah.
But those 14 days. So I would definitely use some common sense, and I think if you're educated, you're a smart person, you are
Take
not.
responsible choices.
Yeah, you're not intending to do this, and nobody's pointing a finger at anybody. But I think you need to be responsible for sure. And I think this thing that, like, even I was not given a stamp, and even I was not told कि आप घर पे बैठो. But ये थोड़ी सी responsibility होती है कि
Absolutely. I agree.
अगर आपको
100%.
बाहर जाना है तो चलो आप एक दो लोगों से मिल रहे हो ज्यादा से ज्यादा, because आपको तभी इतनी knowledge नहीं है कि ऐसे हो सकता है. But आप
बिल्कुल.
crowds में जा रहे हो, आप travel कर रहे हो, आप इधर से उधर जा रहे हो. I just think that's irresponsible behavior on anybody's part, whether you're a celeb or not. And there's
Exactly.
a lot of people who've done that. You know, I mean, I heard about somebody in Kolkata who was studying in the UK, and I think maybe a government official's son or something. You know, and he's come back and he's met so many people, and it's happened with a lot of people who you would
Yeah.
think are educated and smart and
Yeah.
aware,
Yeah.
and actually the problem
But
is
they are very irresponsible. Yeah.
because they're thinking कि मुझे तो नहीं होगा.
अरे हमें
But
है ही नहीं ना तो हम जाएंगे.
but
That तो mindset. Yeah.
but you know what's so interesting is there was an article about a place like Brazil, jahan pe they're saying that generally the people who are less privileged, you know, they actually don't travel. It's the people who are more well-to-do who are traveling, who are bringing it into the
Yeah.
country, and the people who are well-to-do who have house help, for example, they are passing it on to the house help, and the house help is passing it on. And what I'm trying to say is कि ये जो coronavirus है, it is a huge leveler because it doesn't matter who you are. And technically, if you see, it is being spread by people who travel, and not everybody has the privilege to
And not
travel.
everyone can travel. People who travel are people who can afford to travel.
Exactly. So what is that telling you? So I'm saying that then you should at least have the sense and the knowledge to deal with it correctly. I absolutely do not agree with the kind of hate and the vilifying and the trolling and all of that kind of stuff. लेकिन मुसीबत ये है, as Shruti was also saying to me, कि अब जब वो सब घर पे बैठे हैं trolls, अब तो उनको ज्यादा ही टाइम मिल गया ये सब करने के लिए because
तो वो कह
अब
रहे हैं
और
कहीं
क्या
तो
करें.
ट्रोलिंग करेंगे ना तो कर
अब
दे
तो
दो.
non-stop trolling चलती रहेगी. But you know, you got to take it with a pinch of salt. But I think if somebody is unwell, you also need to, you know, wish them well and pray that they get better. And उम्मीद ये है कि हम एक दूसरे से सीखें इसके बारे में और हम वो mistakes ना repeat करें. और जो लोग ये casually ले रहे हैं, they feel like they can still step out and this, that, the other. You really can't. I'm not kidding. I went to get some groceries. I was wearing a mask, full gloves, a hoodie. Not a
Yeah.
single part of my body was exposed because not just for me, but for anybody else. I don't want to
But
take those chances.
you've been proactively taking care of people around you,
Yeah,
which I
but I
feel is the
never
right
stepped
thing to
out.
do.
I didn't go out before the 14 days. So, I mean, I went after that to shopping. But it is worrying, and I think we all should be responsible and aware. But at the same time, try and stay in a positive headspace. Keep yourself busy. Do what makes you happy.
That is
ये
true.
बहुत ज़रूरी है. ये बहुत ज़रूरी है. And
And
don't let
Sophie,
anyone tell you what's cool to do and what's not cool to do. आप दूसरों की
that is
बातें
also
मत
me.
सुनो.
That is also me. Sophie, you said at the beginning that you are spending time in reading books. Also, you're somebody who thinks also over things, which hashtag relatable. You reading books, and it's been a while. It's been 3 days that you have watched any digital content. तो आप हमें ये बताओ for people who are watching कि what are some books that you would like to recommend to us? I mean, especially now that you're also into Buddhism, I know that. कुछ भी books अगर आप prescribe करना चाहोगे, and any digital content that you would like us to watch, because we would like to know your playlist and things that you're
What
watching.
I watch. Okay, so when it comes to books, actually, because I haven't got access to new ones, so I'm kind of rereading some of my old favorites because मुझे iPad पे किताबें पढ़ना बिल्कुल नहीं पसंद. I like to hold a book.
You need the physical book, the smell of the
Yeah,
book. Huh?
I'm a little old
Yeah.
school. मैं इतनी millennial नहीं हूँ. So I so I like to do that. So I'm reading some of my old favorites. I don't think any of them can really prep you for something like this, except for things like The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari or Tuesdays with Maury or,
Oh, yeah.
you know, or stuff like that. But I love 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, who also
Oh.
wrote Love in the Time of Cholera, which is what everybody's now called Love in the Time of Corona, you know? So I like books like that. एक बहुत interesting book है called Spy Princess, which is a real story, you know, about a warrior princess that we had who was actually fighting in the French Resistance. I like reading these kind of things, and I don't know if it appeals to everybody, but I definitely love my shows. And I love lots of shows about spies and intelligence and
You're
you
like
know,
into thriller and crime and all of that.
I love
Yeah.
crime and I love law. So, you know, I must have seen Suits the entire seasons probably
Oh,
3 times
that is
over.
an all-time favorite.
Yeah, all-time favorite. I love The Good Wife. My friend Karan Thakur is in this very cool series with KK Menon called Special Ops, which is on Hotstar.
Oh,
It's
on
brilliant.
Hotstar.
It's really
Oh,
cool.
yes.
I've seen
Yes.
that. That's also really good. Fauda is one of my favorites. और क्या मैंने देखा है? Then I saw the morning show. Like I like to watch a lot of digital content. तो मैं काफी कुछ मैंने already देख लिया है. तो अब मैं नई चीजें ढूंढ रही हूँ देखने के लिए.
That is amazing. So all of you watching this, ये सभी books जरूर try करना. Just give it a go. If you have if you can get them online, don't go out buying them. But ये
Yeah.
shows तो obviously available online. So if you are watching this right now, you should definitely
Yeah.
see Special Ops. so
And
much.
if you are watching this and you have any recommendations, please DM me and send me some recommendations क्योंकि
Oh
अब
yeah.
मुझे भी नहीं मिल रहा कुछ. I think I
I
might have
think you should
seen those
definitely
things.
watch She on Netflix.
Yeah,
It's just
I saw the promo of it and it looked really
I mean, it's
interesting.
not
So
exactly law and crime, but it's kind of cool. They've just put out the first season, which I think
I
you'll
saw.
definitely like. You should definitely watch that.
Okay, I will definitely have a look at that. And I'm seeing some lovely people, lots of people online who've been saying
Yeah,
hi. And I'm
everybody,
so
and some
sorry I
people are
haven't
like,
taken names. I'm
and
so
can I
sorry
just
मैंने
tell
नाम
you?
नहीं लिए, but मैं देख रही हूँ.
Yeah. And can I tell you, somebody had commented many times saying, "Hey, Sophie can't get over your beauty." I'm like, let's just address that. So, guys,
ये
now we have
quarantine
Sophie in
beauty
front of
है. Then okay, so then my hair and makeup team is permanently fired. No, I'm just kidding. नहीं यार, ऐसा नहीं है. I'm actually just trying to stay fit and positive and eat well and making the most of it. और मैंने शुरू से ये सोच लिया था कि I'm not gonna be home and dress like a slob because उससे और भी
which is
गंदी
very
फीलिंग
important.
आती है. और भी
Yeah.
गंदी फीलिंग आती है वो गंदे कपड़े ट्रैक सूट बैगी टी शर्ट उससे और भी लगता है कि यार दिन में क्या करें अभी क्या आई लाइक दैट आइडिया कि मैंने वर्कआउट किया मैं तैयार हो गई आई एम रेडी फॉर द डे मेरा जो नॉर्मल रूटीन है आई वांट टू कीप इट लाइक दैट सो
Which I
दैट
think also mentally is so important because then you feel like you've switched. Otherwise, if you're in pajamas all day, you feel like
इट्स
there's
ऑफर
no newness. You've just been lazing around. But once you like
इट्स
change and take
ऑफर
a bath, work out and do, so
या
you feel mentally, okay, okay, there have been segments in a day where I've been productive and I've leisured
या
and I've chilled and then I've worked,
या
which is I think
या
is very important. Like all of
या
you watching this right now, you should also like make sure to dress up, yeah, for your own self, na kabhi kabhi, so that घर में कैसी feeling है कि okay, something is happening.
या मुझे इनफैक्ट द फर्स्ट कपल ऑफ डेज मेरे कुछ दोस्तों ने दिस इज बिफोर द लॉकडाउन मेरे कुछ दोस्तों ने मैसेज किया इज दैट योर लाइक होम क्वारंटीन आउटफिट आई वाज लाइक यस आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू लुक लाइक
Yeah.
शिट मुझे आई डोंट वांट टू लुक लाइक शिट
But Sophie, I want you to tell me that, you know, before we wrap this up, I want you to tell me that this time of solitude in your life, right? You are somebody who's a live performer. You're somebody who, you know, who's a stage person. Now that you're inside homes and you're investing your time in, in cooking food for yourself or managing the house with your mother, indulging in content like that. Is there a new hobby or something new that you would like to try? Because, you know, every time I talk to people, generally when it's not a situation like this, they're like, I wish I had the time to do this. If
या
Sophie had the time to do this, what will be her this?
You know, I have all the time in the world. So when I was growing up in London, I used to play piano और मैंने grade 5 तक मैंने piano सीखा था and then
Are
I
you
had to
serious?
yeah, I used to have the most beautiful Yamaha piano. In fact, when I moved from London to Bombay, it broke my heart when I had to sell my piano. That was the hardest thing for me. But बहुत साल हो गए कि मैं नहीं play कर पाई because then studies and all of that took precedence and then I got into singing and TV and all of that. So even before Janta curfew, I actually ordered a keyboard online. I called my sound engineer and I said, let me order a keyboard. Let me get back to playing this. कमबख्त वो delivery अभी तक फंसी हुई है यार because it's not considered
It was
it's
a
not considered
transition.
essential. It's not considered. It was supposed to come last Tuesday. They sent me a message saying hopefully by Sunday, but it's not considered an essential item. तो वो
Yeah.
फंसी हुई है यार. So I'm just hoping कि वो कल या परसों आ जाए and then I will try and play the keyboard again. I'll teach myself.
Which will be great for you because now that you're in home, you'll be able to rehearse it
Yeah,
properly.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because Riyaz bhi itna nahi ho raha hai. I can't even go and see my teacher. I can't do anything, you know. I'm just sitting at home and doing it, which is fine. But if I had the keyboard, I'd be really proud of myself because I know I do something, but it's stuck in like it's
It's
lost in
stuck in
translation.
transition. Sophie, it has been a pleasure speaking to you, and you're such an
Thank you, and
articulate
you.
person. I want you to finally just, everyone in this world has कुछ उनके दिमाग में जैसे मेरे लिए कुछ ऐसे thoughts हैं जो मैं हमेशा अपने साथ, I stand by them. There are certain quotes that I always stand by.
Mm.
If for our viewers, before you leave, can you just say, like, tell us a quote or a thought that has always stayed with you that you'd like to tell us all?
Yeah, I mean, it's not so relevant now, but it's a quote that somebody had told me many years ago, and I live by it, which is the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. And I think
That's super.
it's
That's
always
super.
nice to dream and then to work to make those dreams come true. And I guess now, oh, thank you. I guess now is the time to try and, like you said earlier, introspect and try and make those dreams come true. Like, so try and plan your goals and see how you can make things become a reality. But more than that, I guess I just always try and live by the thing that when you're in a situation, make the best of it. I think, when you're in your
That's the best you can do.
20s,
Yeah.
yeah, when you're in your 20s, I think you're really running around. It's a rat race. And
Yeah.
things which seem so important trust me, when you get a
Later
little
on
bit older
becomes
and you hit your
trivial.
30s,
Yeah.
they're irrelevant. They do not matter. And I'm thinking that for all the 20-year-olds who are watching this right now and you're stuck at home, you will realize how many things are irrelevant right now because it's all about the
Absolutely.
more important stuff and the core of it and the basics. So I think just learn to appreciate each day as it is. कोशिश करें कि आप किसी नेगेटिव हेडस्पेस में ना आए डेफिनेटली अप्स एंड डाउन्स होंगे हम सबके सम गुड डेज सम बैड डेज पर कोशिश करें पॉजिटिव रहने के लिए इट्स नॉट कि आपको कोई किताब लिखनी है और आपको पता नहीं क्या कुछ अचीव करना है और आपको ये सब नहीं करना है आपको मेनली यू हैव टू जस्ट स्टे सेन and you have to stay
Yeah.
healthy. Those are the two
Absolutely.
important things, you know. So whatever it takes for you to stay sane and happy and healthy, आप वो करो. हर एक के लिए अलग चीज है. कोशिश करो to grow in some way as a human being. And beyond
Yeah.
that, just pray that we all get through this. If you see somebody who's not taking this lockdown seriously, be a responsible citizen and make them take it seriously so that we can all get
Yeah.
back to our normal life very soon. I mean, this is insane what we are all going
This
through.
is a testing time. It will be over soon, hopefully.
Yeah, I really hope so. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're stuck in this for a little bit longer than we expect. But I'm hoping that if we all come together and make it happen and keep putting positive vibes out there, we will be free of this soon. Yeah.
Yeah. Sophie, before I leave, I have to compliment you on this. You are not just blessed with a beautiful face, but you're blessed with a beautiful mind, which I
Thank you.
feel, I think kudos to your mom for raising you like that.
Thank you.
Kudos
Yeah.
to people who you hung around because I think they have had a huge impact. And I think you are a beautiful person inside out.
So sweet.
Thank
Thank you
you
so
so much
much.
for joining us today.
Thank you. I love
I hope
this.
that you
Thank
are in
you.
the best of health
You
and
too.
these days pass and we get to see you live performing very, very soon.
Yes, yes, yes. And tune into Quarantine with Sophie and let me know what you guys think. And if
Oh,
there's
I'm
anybody you want
definitely
me to
going to
call,
tune in. If you guys want to see, it's on Instagram, right?
it's on my
So they can,
Instagram. Yeah, they can just
so
watch it there.
everybody do follow Sophie Choudry on Instagram to see her current shine with Sophie.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much, Sophie,
Look
for
out for
joining me.
yourself.
Pleasure
Take care.
speaking. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Stay
Take
safe.
care.
Stay safe,
Thank you.
everybody. Bye.
Bye bye.